Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. Ooh. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Yo, YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, we are back with more I was gonna say Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. No, we are back with more Ace Attorney investigations. This is the midway chapter between the first trilogy and the next trilogy that we're gonna play. Again, if you remember last time we were playing as Miles Edgeworth, and we were doing a bit more of a different spin on you know, what we were doing in the Phoenix Wright game. So if you remember in the previous few games that we've played, it was more so about being a defense attorney, going around finding evidence, things like that. We're still doing investigating, but it was a lot more about putting the pieces together for the trial to be able to defend our client. Now, I don't know what the trial looks like, if there even is going to be a trial. What I do know is that this is a lot more investigation focus, in which, yeah, those investigations that we were doing as Phoenix still are kind of applicable here, but as Miles Edgeworth, we are doing a lot more logical thinking, putting the pieces together, interacting with our environment, kind of getting around the whole, I'm kind of just visualizing, you know, things with evidence and trying to put it together and defending a client. So instead of me going on yapping about it, let's go ahead and jump into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ace Attorney Investigations, game number 1, case number 1. Let's jump into it. March 14th, 4:18 a.m. Prosecutor's building, 12th floor, hallway. What's with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable. Please maintain your professionalism, detective. I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir. But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir. I really did do her voice so dirty, but I can't go back now. True. So then what now? Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Yeah, your life is full of those. Also, who dropped their basketball in here? What is going on with that? Do not despair, Miss Bird. Oh, wait, sorry. Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway. Real talk, Maggie Gumshoe or Phoenix Iris? Maggie Gumshoe, I think. Actually, I don't know. Good question. I feel like Phoenix Iris kind of has chemistry. Nah, they both of their chemistries are kind of off. We haven't seen a lot of like good chemistry between both of them, or at least I haven't yet. I mean, the biggest thing I saw was the last game where she finally was like warming up to him, but he kept trying to give her weenies and she wasn't having it. She was not having it, bro. The octopus weenies or whatever he cooked her. In fact, he cooked her that and then she cooked his shit for it. So like, I genuinely think that she doesn't rock with him or didn't rock with him as much until this game. And then Phoenix and Iris was like a one chapter thing or a one case thing, because the whole him and Dahlia situation was murky, but turned out being a lot of that was Iris, or if not all of it was Iris dating him. So I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I think I could see Phoenix Iris over Maggie Gumshoe. I think that's probably where I might place it for now, but we might see more. So there are many other places things we should be looking into anyway. Yeah, really, sir? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door. Begin investigation. That's aura right there. I love that. Prosecutor's building, 12th floor hallway. Let's get it. All right, let's talk to. Can I talk to Maggie? I forgot I can control. It feels weird playing with like somewhat modern controls. I'm like WASDing it. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case. What? What am I doing? Go back. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream. A dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth. Yo, Maggie, are you a Gumshoe item? I don't think so, but if it was, bro, Gumshoe probably looking over the corner like, and what am I? Chopped liver. I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. You gotta remember that she's got the nerd mindset, and I mean nerd very respectfully, because I myself am a nerd. You know what I mean? I idolize things that I'm passionate about. So you know what I mean? Maggie, stop glazing. I know you're not talking after the whole last game. You were glazing. What's his face? Godot. I don't want to hear it. But nah, she is glazing kind of hard though. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her with tea. Show her your notes. The victim. Oh wait. So traditionally, right? We always gotta get used to these controls. Holy. I'm used to asking questions first, correct? The victim. Have you ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portsman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir. That sounds like fun. Just once I'd have loved to play with them. It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. Hold on a minute, let me go over my evidence, because I feel like I'm not remembering who people are. Profiles. So we have Faith. So Faith was the detective that died. Portsman was the guy that killed him. Based off of the intro that we saw. Okay, just making sure I got the names right. All Mr. Faith ever did was passing the ball, sir. On second thought, I don't think I'd have fit in at all with them. Glaze versus Truth, two different situations, bucko. Touche. Touche. I will say that last piece of the last trial definitely did win me over, being like, you know what, he's earned half of the glaze you've given him. The other half was like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Personal opinion, I guess. But yeah, I feel you on that. On second thought, I don't think I'd fit at all with them. Maggie Bird. Miss Maggie Bird, correct? I take it that you were an acquaintance of the detective. She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in the murder and things started going downhill, so she quit. But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night. You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case? Oh wait, you got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Give us the spiel again, because the last time you were going in. What was it, you fell off of a 9-story building as like a baby? Yeah, you have to be an apparition. There's no way that you're sitting here talking to me right now as an alive human being. Somehow you have come back, just like Dahlia did. I don't know who's channeling you, but that has to be the case. Oh man. Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I've become a security guard. That's a lot to go through in one lifetime, I cannot lie. I know! And just when I thought I had finally found my happiness, I wind up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird, nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is for your cooperation. Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help. Edgeworth and Maggie? Hello? Hit E on him real quick. Let's hit him with the profiles. Or actually, is it the same? It's not the same. Go back. That's right, it's T. Okay, so crime scene notes, prosecutor's badge. That's my badge. It's not really a master. Okay, let's ask her about the master key. So when did you discover that the master key was missing? She's been framed for murder as much as Maya at this point 3 times. Where yeah, whoa, hold on a minute. That's actually insane. I feel like Edgeworth is low-key mad oblivious around women. He is. Didn't you, literally in the last game, wasn't it that who was it? Somebody said that he was popular with girls. It might have been Larice. It might have been Larice. I think Larice was like real popular with the girls or something like that or something, and he was just like, I have no idea about that. Like, buddy, you can't be caught up in this prosecutor work so much that you forget about the niceties of life. Bro, date around a little bit. Get yourself a girl, maybe get married or something. And then have a kid, and then raise them up to be a Boy Scout prosecutor, just like yourself. So when did you discover the master key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. And I noticed it was back at around 2:30 a.m. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those 2 times, it was not just gone, but stolen, sir. So the key went missing from approximately 1 a.m. until 2:30 a.m. Right. Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? Nah, it's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room away from the window. Always, you say? Except for this one time, correct? Well, I admit that was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I'd used it that I left it, that I left it sitting out on the ledge. She used the master key? Okay, so she used the master key That'll probably pop up as a prompt, but we can look at that in a minute. One of the files that were written upon in blood was, let's present this, see if she has anything to say. Okay. She has no idea about that. It's not E. I'm gonna trip over that so many times. Okay, not sure about that. I'm not sure how many times they're gonna let me present new pieces of evidence to her. But you know what I mean? We do as we can. Okay. We do what we can. Did we ask about Buddy Faith already? No, we can't present profiles yet. We haven't unlocked that that mechanism. Alright, let's go back. Alright, so use the master key. Let's talk about it. What did you mean by you use the master key? Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? Ah! What is it? That's right, I just remembered! The prosecutor who forgot his key! Yeah, are we gonna talk, like, what? It was Mr. Portsman, sir! Was it, Maggie? Was it? I'm glad, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me know, now. After I already tried to press Portsman. I already pressed him in the room, and you waited this long. Wow, thanks for telling us that. So literally, bro. Yeah. I mean, better late than never, but never late is better. She told us on CP timing. Like, what? Please tell me more, Miss Bird, quickly. Okay, forget from Mr. Portsman. Also, the music slaps. It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. And that's when you loaned the master key to him? No way! It's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. Okay, I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir. Okay, so she walked him to the door and opened it. I see. And then, what happened after that? Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m. I think. Or sorry, that was around 1:30 a.m. I think. So in summary, also what's goated about, what I love about this is, bro, y'all know how I kept over-clicking prompts and stuff like that in the trilogy? Oh my gosh, man, look at this. It's so beautiful. I can go back when I triple click some crap. Like, oh, it's beautiful. So in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight, okay? So it's used to unlock and unlock Portsman's office at 12 a.m. and 1:30 a.m. respectively. Okay, good to know. Talk about suspicious. I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, detective. I think it's the best remaster of all the games. It feels clean, and I haven't even played the rest. Oh, the backlog is amazing. Yeah, I'm like, it's a great, like, quality of life features go crazy, and I feel like this just feels so smooth. This calls for a thorough thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. Okay, let's go do that then. I'm with you, Edgeworth. So which one this is? The basketball hoop? Dude, I keep, like, E to interact is a mainstay, and I keep on messing it up. Yes, sir. Anything of it. Okay, let's talk to Gumshoe real quick. Detective Gumshoe, you look rather intrigued by something. Care to share? No, it's nothing, but I noticed that Portsman calls his part in the gym. And the detective in that Sunday night drama, All My Cops, is named Jim too. I bet one of them is a big fan of that show. You seem to know a little something about it yourself. I take it you watch it too. Of course, the tight bond of friendship between prosecutor and detective is great, sir. But it's nothing compared to the super strong friendship we have. Friendship, detective? I think you're mistaking it with pity. Why are you frying my boy like that? But that's Aura, though. Okay, I can't keep saying that's Aura, because, like, that wasn't Aura. That was, like, come on. That wasn't. I mean, it was kind of cool. I mean, if everyone else can do it, why not Edgeworth? But at the same time, nah, I feel you. Gumshoe got to catch a break at some point. Bro's already got, like, the salary of a kid mowing the lawn. Edgeworth Loki mad mean to Gumshoe for no reason. Yeah, like, it wasn't even like he was set up for anything is the thing too. Like, that's wild that he didn't set him up for that. Like, it was just straight up roast. Got that Franziska sting in him. How can you say that, sir? And after all we've been through, too? For listening to Gumshoe talk. Oh, I got a trophy. Y'all couldn't see it though. About Miss Bird. No way she's the killer. Please don't tell me you buy into that accusation, sir. Rest assured, I think she's innocent. However, I need to ask her a few things regarding her security guard position. Well, if you're only asking, that's okay. Just stand next to her and then press space. Remember, see that, Edgeworth? Press the space bar. The space bar on your keyboard. Then you two can talk about whatever topic you pick. When you want to ask her about evidence, all you have to do is present it to her with T. After you choose what to show her, press T again, and off you two go. I recommend showing different people different things. You'd be surprised by what they say. Thank you for the explanation, though I don't recall asking for one, especially since I beat the first 3 games. Oh, just so you know, sir, you can show me evidence in the same way too, but I don't think anything you say will be as insightful. I do believe it's time to get down to business and ask some questions of Miss Bird. Ignored again. Yeah, anyway, thanks, Gumshoe. Oh, nah. Y'all see who this is? Let's go talk to bro. No, Gumshoe, not you. I'm sorry. I think I have to click on people if I need to get, like, if I want to talk to them specifically or not. Maybe I can't. That's like the only complaint I have so far, is that trying to talk to other people. There we go.
It looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly post-haste.
Sounds like a messy case you got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open.
How gracious, I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? Yeah, we know who that is. That's in that Pain or whatever his name is, bro. Matter of fact, I think that's the brother who threw the toupee at my face in the first game. That was the first encounter I had with the prosecuting attorney in here. Like, bruh, I keep doing it. I'm sorry, y'all. We will eventually get to the bottom of it. All right, let's investigate the ball real quick. What is a basketball doing here? That's Mr. Postman's prized possession, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis. And not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in a hallway. Look at the top right buttons to talk. Oh, perfect. It might be space. Yeah, I've been using space, and then when I go to investigate, it becomes something else. Think, space, examine, talk. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're right. So T and then T, Q is the logic. There's the logic stuff. Let's go back. I forgot I could do that, by the way. And then I can click on the, like the little thing up here. Sometimes it'll turn on and talk to Gumshoe, but there's probably a better way that I need to do it. Oh, hold on a minute. I'm seeing something. Someone underneath there. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious and looking nook and cranny. Alright, hold on a second. It's... Ah, isn't that missing Zero series file, sir? No doubt about it. Those bloody letters mark it as clear as day. There should be a keybind. I might have to look into that low-key. There seem to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So what are these Zero files about, sir? I'm gonna try using my mouse. Maybe my mouse would be better. My mouse, because when I was using the mouse last episode, it was good. I was just using keyboard because it was convenient. But high key, I think I might just use a mouse. Baby. So what are these Zero files about, sir? I guess they got something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly. It's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Huh? They belong to the high prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. Then that means that the thief must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right? It would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case. Okay. I don't think we need to examine the sofa. I promise you we'll come back if we are roadblocked, but I don't think that's necessary. That will be necessary. Okay. I won't rest up, inspect every suspicious looking cranny. Okay, we know. Okay, so 1202. 1202. These 4 numbers on a number plate alone proclaim this to be my office. Whoops! Hey, these number plates slide right out, sir. They have to be able to take the plate off when a room becomes vacant, you know. Although, the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of... Yeah, suspicious, I would say so. I don't see any signs of forced entry. And according to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir. Or, sorry. Jeez, man. I gotta do a better job of figuring out who's talking. And according to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir. Meaning that the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if my prints were lifted, or did you happen to ask if my prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Wiped, they think. Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. Right. Door! A minimalist yet classy door made of top quality wood. If I could, I would absolutely put this kind of door in every part of my, like, in my house. Like, every door I have would be like this. Just to have that classy feel to it. It's sturdily made, making it near impossible to break in by force. It's almost majestic, sir. I wish I could be as stately as this door. Only Gumshoe would praise a door as something greater than himself. Being a detective has its own rewards and a certain virtuous value, I think. If you live up to your full potential, that's a poignant trait that anyone can admire. I see, so you're saying, sir, that me being me is the best thing I can do for everyone? Right. That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir. Yeah, there's a reason for that. Okay. Let's investigate everything that we can before we even attempt the logicking. Okay, so room 1203. I take it this is Mr. Portsman's office?
Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me. Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir.
So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202?
I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd?
Yep, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why. I can think of at least 3. Ugh, why am I even wasting time thinking about this? The door is locked tight. I bet the old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Edgeworth? This is the office of a high prosecutor detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them. Ah, so I guess only a great cat burglar can get in. That must be who our culprit is. Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? Oh my gosh, bro is cooking him. Bro is absolutely cooking my boy. Alright, 120. Okay, we can examine this. It's Sportsman's personal basketball hoop. I can't believe you put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office. But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get the office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office and yet you still managed to get lost? Yeah, you kind of deserve to get roasted for that. Okay, wait. Already saw that. Okay, the door. Okay, another thing about the door. Okay, I think that might be everything. Let's try talking to this cop. Is everything all right? Yes, sir. If you must know it, I weighed myself this morning and I'm finally at 154 pounds. Congratulations, but I was asking about this hallway in this room. Oh, everything's okay, sir. A word of advice, stay focused or you may start to lose even more weight. Dude, bro was on a mean streak right now. Anything else you want to say? You want to call Maggie Bird fat or something? Maybe you want to come over here and tell what's his face? Prosecutor Payne that his toupee's flying off his head? Like, oh my gosh. Okay, I think that's about everything. We could try what's this? The victim used the master key. Forgive for Mr. Portsman. Maggie Bird present. This is stolen OCR's file. Have we? No, we still haven't unlocked the ability to do that yet. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we really need to look at. I do like that we have that that we do have this ability now to go back and actually, or to go into like evidence and see. It's just like, I mean, clearly this, I think this is where they took inspiration in the first game's DLC, but they took inspiration to have like this feature. But okay, let's go back. How do I go back? Z. All right. Let's try to logic our way through some of this stuff, perhaps. Okay. Files in disarray. Master key was stolen. Use the master key. Okay, so if the master key was... See, these are all the keys that we have. Files is another handgun. I don't think there's anything we can do with that yet. Q unlock master, or unlock Portsman's office at 12 and 12:30. Q went missing. What about this? This might not be anything. It is. Okay, cool. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story.
What? No way, pal. I mean, sir?
Okay, so wait, why is she, so she started to adopt some of Gumshoe's mannerisms, so they must be together. Or at least hang out, spend a lot of time together. You said that you locked up Mr. Portsman's office around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time.
Wow, nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I had totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right. It was around the time that the master key was missing.
Hold on. Okay, so like, oh my gosh, y'all understand? So like, this is gonna be like, you know what I mean? This is insider info, but dude, it's gonna be so much easier to get thumbnails now because of that. Perfect. And?
Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I?
Yeah, sure, I guess.
So I pretended to lock up his room, sir.
You pretended?
Yeah, I used...
Oh yeah, dude, this is gonna be such a helpful feature.
I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir.
So in actuality, you never did relock the door then?
Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly.
Okay, so the door has not been locked since then, so let's go. Run! I booked it to that door. Boy. Oh wait, hold on, maybe we gotta talk. What up, Sir Keeping Ted? So, wait. Did we get new evidence for that? We did. Can we talk to her about it? That's gotta be something, right?
I had to open Mr. Portsman's office up for him a number of times before. I've also had the chance to see the inside of his office on a number of occasions, too. He's got shelves upon shelves of sports memorabilia, trophies, and awards in it. To the point where it's almost beyond gaudy, sir. But maybe I just feel that way because I'm jealous since I don't even have a single one.
Don't say that, Maggie. I'll make a special God of the Month award just for you. Okay, Gumshoe.
Thanks for trying, but I've already got a mountain of consolation prizes. I've already got a mountain of consolation prizes.
Bro. Yeah, I mean, bro, if there's anyone with a more tragic life in this game, it's gotta be Maggie Birdski. Maddie to the Birdskis.
They're proof of just how...
You know what? Perfect.
They're proof of just how unbelievably unlucky my life has been. Plus, getting an award from you just isn't the same as getting a real award, sir.
Nah. Yeah, I mean, hey, bro. It is what it is, man. I'm sure you'll worm your way into her heart eventually. Okay, can we open the door? Can we go in? Oh, wait, deduce. Is this spot somehow connected to any evidence I hold? Oh, that's right. This is another thing. Okay, so can we use this? Maybe? Eureka! Eureka! Okay. Okay. Alright. Alright, but we can deduce something. So we can't do it with that. We can only do it with evidence. Pertaining to 10 years ago. Case writing but my predecessor are missing. Master key, we already tried that. Unlock the door. Master key was stolen, so she could not lock it up. I mean, I don't know if there's anything that we can turn off autoplay. Go back. What is a basketball hoop doing in here? Hey, didn't this thing used to be outside next to the building a long time ago? So when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? Better that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself. All the way up to the 12th floor? Yeah, that's insane. Alright. So let's look at our evidence again. Let's kind of walk through this. So prove my profession, that's the badge. Bullet went clean through the victim's abdomen. The body was found around 2:05. Okay. Go back. Wait, did we check everything there is to check on this? To think that it's so easy to take a lap just to pull up a trigger. You know, I can never see myself liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones they use at the track and field meets to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everyone always ends up following your lead. To chase you down after a false start, detective. Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place. This guy, man. Stop. That was an accident. So we can use these keys to examine. Anything else that we can look at in here? No. Let's go back. Okay, so we can Can we examine it? No, we can just see it. We haven't really like examined the key yet. It's the master key to every office in the building. Great observation. I mean, not much more to say than that. Okay, so we can't really examine this. The safe. Can't examine that. And then that. Okay. How do we get to go in places? Gee. Okay, so that's just going into the whatchamacallit. Can we not go inside now? It should still be unlocked, right? Oh wait, are there things that we can put together? Another handgun. Other than the victim's handgun that I found, could there be another gun in play here? The culprit rearranged my file size. Well, why? I don't think there's anything that we can do with that. Is there anything we can talk to Gumshoe about? Oh, Ace Investigator? I was wondering about the investigation. Oh, I've been waiting for this. Let a real seasoned pro think how it's done. A real seasoned pro of instant noodle cuisine, perhaps. Do you know you can always check out the really important spots in more detail, right? Yes. And if the area is too big, you can always use arrow keys, right, Edgeworth? Use the arrow keys on your keyboard. Take a look around. But don't worry, sir. The keyboard command will only show up when you need it. I knew that as well. If Edgeworth says I'm gonna search every nook and cranny, there's still something to find. Oh, okay. Oh, W tip. Then, when you think there's a contradiction or something unusual, try deduction. First, you line up your cursor with a suspicious looking area. Then press T to choose your poison, evidence. And when you settle on a piece, you gotta present it again with T. Pretty sure I already knew that as well, detective. Well, if you can remember all that, then welcome to the world of the pros. IW Ace Investigator. Class dismissed. All I wanted was an update about the investigation. Okay. Okay, so there's more. So there's more to investigate if he. Oh, you know what? That makes sense too. Okay, arrow keys. That makes sense too because. Oh, never mind. It says he already took a look. Well-crafted, high-quality stuff. Visitors. The stitching is excellent. Talk about a luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know. You would even sleep out here, detective, in a hallway. Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on the stand, but it always ends the same way. Me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful? Maybe I should give it a try sometime to envision myself winning, naturally. This guy. The floor? I bet the thief's not under here. I guess there's enough space for anyone to hide in there anyway. Bro is really in the trenches. Bro's in some deep work, man. Sleeping on benches. I mean, bro, guys gotta negotiate a better salary. I mean, if someone could thwart themselves to fit, I'd be really impressed. Sounds to me like somebody has already tried at least once before. Okay. But the door, wait, did he say that to... Okay, so he did, I think he did say that. Gumshoe canonically lives in Compton Castles, like, it says that. Are you serious? Bro, what? Okay, already checked this area. Okay, so it's gotta be the door. There we go. Oh, rest of inspect every nook and cranny. Okay. Did I already do the doorknob, the door, the plate? Okay, so there's more. So there's something I have to deduce. Deduce with T. This spot's not connected to any evidence I hold. Oh, wait. Okay. I do need to go back, but it was stolen from the security office. Can open every office door. Go back. Okay. So 1203. Let's look at our evidence first before we get into that view. A case pertaining to the thing. Gun, only one shot fired. Bullet went through the victim's abdomen. The body was found at around 2:05 a.m. Unlock the door. Mask key was stolen, so she could not lock it up. I already presented the door, so I know it's not that. Did I present the key? Oh wait, did I present the door or did I present the key? Or I had to actually have the right spot too. I'm just looking around here, making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. I mean, would it be the key? Eureka! Okay, so that's contradiction. Not a contradiction. What about the basketball hoop? Relook at this. Come on, bro. Pay attention. Lock in. Each prosecutor has one in their office. Only they know of them prints were wiped. Okay. Does this look any different? No. Looks the same to me. 1203. Ooh, this is a roadblocker. Another handgun. Corporate rearranged my files twice, once before and after the murder. Why? I mean, do we try it? Let's try it for the... Just try it for the heck of it, bro. Figured not. Okay. Think. Come on now. Use your brain. Use your brain. Is it the door? Was it? Okay, so if what Miss Bird said is true, then why is this door locked tight? Okay, so it is locked. Huh? You know, you're right. Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't. Which means what, sir? It either means that he actually does have a key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. She opened up a different door, but how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is, we need to examine these. Wait, so what did he say? Or It either means that he actually does have the key to the office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. Okay. She opened a different door. How can you prove that? Prints on the number plate? Ooh. So, were the prints on the master? Yeah. So he said, prove that she opened a different door. We could do prints on a different door, on the doorknob. The prints on the doorknob would tell us everything. That you, yeah you pal, do us a favor, see what you could live from this, okay? So what did you find out? There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective. Sir, I have found only Mr. Portsman and Mr. Fate's prints on this doorknob. So only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? So that's pretty decisive. Nah, I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's prints should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose prints should also be on this door? Okay. Well, it would be Maggie's fingerprints, right? Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent? You mean... Yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. Okay, Miss Portman's office. Miss Bird says she unlocked this door, but her prints were not found on the doorknob. What have we here? Oh, rest of inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. What is this? It looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get to it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. I brought the 3 pieces of evidence by just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later, buddy. Wait. No! Go back. History. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. It looks like a note from the victim. Yeah, it's from Mr. Portsman. Note left by victim data jotted down by my jotted down in my organizer. Okay. Let's see, there's some... Looks like a note from the victim. Okay. A note for him. Okay. Is this basketball property of Mr. Portsman? Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match. Basketball, soccer, dodgeball, tennis. It doesn't matter what. Basketball, soccer, dodgeball, tennis. It doesn't matter what sport it is. He's game. Although I think it'd be a little hard to play tennis with this ball. That isn't the point you should be focusing on, detective. You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. Bad, Mr. Portsman. Someone should teach him to clean his toys up after he's done playing. I think we've reached the end of this conversation. Bro, shut that down real fast. Okay. I thought there was an arrow I could click there, but I think it's just looking around. Okay, looking around at this door. Let's click on the door itself. A minimalist yet classy door made of top quality wood. It's kind of majestic too, fits in really well with the ambiance of the prosecutor's offices. Even Mr. Portsmouth seems dignified just because he works behind one of these things. Nonsense, a man has become more or less dignified because of where he works. Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified. What's this? What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey, well, how about a game? That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off. Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk. The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I'd better take note of this. That's hoop data jotted down in my organizer. Okay, sitting in front of Portsmouth's office, there are signs that it's been moved. Okay. Okay. Investigation complete. Poking around this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely. Huh? How, sir? In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case. You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind the murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What? Mr. Portsman? I know, that's exactly what my logic sense was telling me too. I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir. And that is anything but logical. Dang, called that boy a janitor? Oh my gosh, who could it be? Yeah, I think that's the one thing. It's cool, but it's also like, bro, I swear this like series, sometimes it gets me when they show you who the murderer is, and then the entire time you're just poking around like, I know who this is, but you gotta connect them dots. That's what's important. That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door. Okay. March 14, 5:12 a.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Mr. Portsman, I finished processing the bloody letter, sir. All right, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. This dude, bro. Extra about everything. Hopping for papers. Okay, looking good. You there, take good care of this. Dang, bro. Hit him in the face, didn't he? Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe. End of the line for you, Portsman. We got you now. Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of a joke? It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jacques Portman, that you are the guilty party in this case. You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay, if you promise to stay out of our way. You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job? I can see right through the unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Who'd have ever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know? Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything? Yeah, alright, let's talk about it then. Let's go. Mr. Portman's rebuttal. Let's hear it. I have no idea what sort of bare-brained or hair-brained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. Okay. Sorry, but we are not finished yet. Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something. I'll show you what I'm basing my accusation on with evidence. Okay. Mr. Portsman's rebuttal. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got to get work so we're done. Okay, let's start with the press here. My accusation is a harebrained idea, isn't it? You tell me. I'd say it is, after all.
There's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Okay.
Hold it!
Oh? And what, pray tell, kind of evidence are we talking about here? Jim was my partner, so you can't say I had a motive for killing him. And that's it? It's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain. But it's more than enough, wouldn't you agree? Might I recommend that you review what the word evidence means? It doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as the killer. Besides, how may I ask you— wait, go back. Besides, how may I ask do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here?
Hold it!
Okay. Unfortunately, I believe I have already shown how earlier. Your speculations mean nothing, as I still insist that I could not gain access to your room. What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? Don't raise an objection. What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? Yes. You claimed I had no way to open my door. However, is that really the honest truth? Alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot. Very well then, I propose that you use this to open my door. The master key?
Take that!
I believe you're able to open my office door, with the master key, no less. Wait, hold on a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely, you were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right, you use your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key.
Take that!
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know. But the room you had Miss Bird open at that time was not your own, was it? What? You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we? I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the door right, sir. See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet what if you had misled her to fool her into thinking you wanted? Ha! And how do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors, for example. That's right, they do slide out pretty easily. Furthermore, you then use one other thing to give a very strong impression. Cook him! Cook him! That the door she was opening was yours and not in fact mine. What was it that Mr. Portman used to make Mr. Bird think it was his room? The name card. The name card! Wait. Ah, the basketball hoop. What? The basketball hoop, sir? It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building, which is why I left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to just sit outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor. A peculiar prosecutor. That's very true, sir. Maggie, are you switching sides? What are you doing? You went from like left to right again. What are you doing? I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman's. There are signs that the hoop has been moved. To sit in front of my office, to be sure. I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture's a little off the racetrack. Conjecture's rebuttal. Did I say conjecture's rebuttal? Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. Okay. So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket. And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. How dare you roast Miss Bird? My jacket's not dirty, and I'll have you know I just washed it yesterday. Please calm down, for I intend to show who he is, who is the one truly covered in slime here. Ooh, okay. Get him, cook him, rebuttal. Now you're just spouting nonsense. Press him.
Hold it!
How could it be? Nonsense, you say? Satan comes as an angel of light? Just saying. You cooking. You cooking. You guys are changing sides now. Yes, because I'm telling the truth here. I had the girl open my office door. After— go back. What are we doing here? Press! Using the master key, of course. Sure, you have a problem with that? That is what the master key is for, right? Technically the verse is angel of light, but... okay.
giving us the direct translations, or direct quotes, I should say. Sure, you have a problem with that. That is what the master key is for, right? Perhaps we should place an elaborate labyrinth of some sort for people like you. After that, I was in my room the entire time. Okay. And what are you doing in your and what were you doing in your office? I was doing my usual training regimen. Training regimen? Were you going through your law books from start to finish? Mainly batting practice and some weights. Oh, and I jog when I get the chance. Wow, you must be the buffest prosecutor we have. With the weakest legal muscles, it would seem. I was doing my usual workout, so you don't have a single reason to suspect me, Press. I think I've given you quite a few reasons, actually. Objection! But none of those would stand up on their own.
Objection!
Then what about all the evidence? Objection? Oh my gosh. Is this like the highest number of consecutive objections in a row that we've seen? It's all circumstantial. No judge would convict on such flimsy evidence. He seems to be trembling a little. One more little push. All I have to do is find the flaw in his testimony. Okay. You have no reason to wait. Go back to. So in the evidence, right? Note left by victim found in the door, absent for portment. Don't click on. Okay, I brought 3 pieces of evidence by just like we talked about on the phone. Looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch you later, buddy. Okay. I don't know if that's really if that's very like definitive. If I was in my room the entire time. Hold on. In your room the entire time, huh? In your room the entire time, huh? Ha! Don't make me laugh. Miss Bird says she unlocked this door, but her prints were not found on the doorknob. Yeah, I mean, wait a minute. Okay, the hoop. You were in your room the entire time. For the absent portsman.
Objection!
Let's go! For the absent portsman, it says. For the absent portsman! That was a lie. What are you talking about? How was that a lie? This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right over here it says, but you're out. Hold on, my camera is like way off, bruh. Oh my gosh, it just fell. Now it's way off. Bruh. Right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing? Duh! Shall I explain it in full detail for you? You were busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you. That's just nonsense! You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me. Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence. No way! This is proof positive that you have Miss Bird open the door for you. Wait, what was the proof? This is proof positive that you had Miss Bird open the door for you. Stolen. I mean, or that you had it, or that she had done it for him. Miss Bird says she unlocked this door. Prince would have. I mean, the door. The door.
Take that!
Let's go. I had your door dusted for prints. My door? What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure about that? You're right. I didn't find anything, and definitively not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Her prints? What do they have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door. Music slaps harder than once, but dude, it's so good. It's actually so good. It's actually so good. Then her print should actually be on the doorknob when she touched it. Ah! Further, all the prints on my office door's knob have been wiped clean off. Harder than Dave Chappelle's Rick James. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. What did Five Fingers say to the face? Slap! And Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Ooh. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. Yo, I hit the wrong button. I hit the bass boost. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun to my back. No one gets away with committing murder in my office! That's aura right there. That's aura right there. And what's so funny, pal? Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me is simply too much to bear. Jacques Portman? Jock Sportsman? Ain't no way that's the play on words for his name. Or did you just make that up? No, I mean, probably didn't make it up, but like, now that I think about it, yeah. Jock Sportsman. They think they're funny with these names, bro. They think they're funny. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already. And as I said earlier, it's all circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I had wiped that knob down as well. Also, sprite work is really good in this game, like genuinely. No, for real. And the fact that they give us animations every once in a while when switching is cherry on top. I'm a little obsessive compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched, which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there. You made that up just now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for example. Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size. But you can't prove that, can you? Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir. Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you say? Let's hear it. I only just realized I had one as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us had I told you sooner. Okay, let's talk about it then. Let's hear it. Portsman's alibi. If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi. How is it perfect? And you clearly weren't. Do you really think that's perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like, you'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir, I'll go check out his alibi, sir. Be right back. Good work. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him around 2 a.m. You see? All the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be some contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. I'd honestly give Edgeworth more ore than Godot if Edgeworth wasn't a jerk for no reason. Yeah, I feel you. Edgeworth really, he really does whip it out of nowhere. And then other times he'll be completely chill. And then he just, out of nowhere, just fangs. Okay, let's do it again. Rebuttal. Let's hear it, big shot. Let's hear it. If memory serves, you came back to this office around 2 a.m., correct? Okay. You are correct. It was around 2 a.m. Are you sure? It's really important to me that you were spot on with the time. I remember checking my watch then and make no mistake, it was 2. Oh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2. And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. Okay, it is as you say, however. Yes, however, you were the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me you saw? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see. Oh, come now, I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you? I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. Oh, well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Uh-huh. So you paid the criminal affairs department a visit. Yep, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct. Ask around, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi. Well, we did go around and ask to confirm your testimony. And it was just as I said, right? Yes, sir. A number of detectives said that they saw you around at that time. See, I have the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve. Impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi. Oh my gosh. What's wrong? Why a sudden look on your face? Can't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we've reached the end of the line and it's time to get off this crazy train. You there! Sir! Please escort the young lady out, but remember, be gentle. I know this dude. Maggie! Detective Gumshoe! Ain't no way! Is there nothing I could... Oh, you already know. Black background. Everything's quiet. No music's playing whatsoever. The protagonist is caught between a rock and a hard place. You already know what this is about to be. He's about to channel Mia. I'm just joking, but you know what I mean? He's about to pull something out. There must be a way to turn the situation around. If only I had a clue. Did I miss something that I can help cast down his alibi? The intruder I met could not have been Portsman. Then who could it have been then? Miles Edgeworth. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, that'd be funny. I need to calmly think this through one more time and with logic. Alright. Files in disarray. This for sure connects. Another gun and a person. So there had to be something going on there. There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life. And one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt that the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. Okay, maybe the victim and his killer weren't the only visitors to my office tonight. Ooh. Okay, files in disarray. Another visitor. So these are what... Probably not. Okay. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun, and then killed him with it. And once again after the murder by our second culprit. Who was the owner of the second gun? If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back.
Objection!
Ooh, y'all saw that slick animation! My man said, objection! Mr. Portsman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case. Great, so you finally come to your senses. Mr. Edgeworth! Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief. A thief? But sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction with the facts? Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, 2 culprits stole into my office tonight. What do you mean, though? It explains why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Portsman okay, hold on, turn this music up. Mr. Portsman tricked Mr. Bird and gained entry into my office. And now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know. If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was about to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So then this would have been when the files would have been back in the wrong order, right? Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else. Who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith? But why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office would be my guess. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right? And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into the office to check it out. Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman. Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. Dang! But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then... Pow! Pow! Bang! Skapow! He killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. That's evil? Yeah, that's nasty work. That's very nasty work indeed. Okay, say something. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left the fake dying message behind. You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that? Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved, however. There was yet another visitor in my room, and this is where it gets complicated. There was another visitor, sir. Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This is the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. The stolen Zero file, right, sir? Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their gun and then made their escape. But who could it be, though? Who could this be? The second bullet was fired during the brief encounter. So the shelves getting messed up twice and the 2 bullets. It was all because 2 different people were doing those things at 2 different times, or were doing things at 2 different times. Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not in fact Mr. Fate's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran to the other person is now irrelevant. Because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit. Okay.
Objection!
What are you objecting to now? What's so funny, pal? Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything. Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth after all. But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. What? Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. He does have a solid point. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you, Big Chief. But there is still one defining point to your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof of this point. Don't say that, sir. I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must. You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is this person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. Oh boy, here we go again! Portsman Alibi Part 2. That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. Okay. Oh my gosh, how do we knock this one down, y'all? How do we knock this one down, y'all? How do we knock this one down? So you think we should be out there looking for the thief? Of course, now isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions. I don't think it's all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating, in fact. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? Ooh. What? I know he's lying. I know he was here, at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. Prove it! Objection! Rebuttal! Alibi! Testimony! I'm sorry. Presso testimony. That thief you're in should be your real suspect. Hit present. Or not present, but press. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Well, why not? That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Fate's killer very clearly left the letters on the spines of those files, and it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them. You mean the Zero files, right? And that's how we also know the letters themselves were a setup and not for Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? Maybe the killer just didn't think of that either? Yes, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe. We should be out there right there looking for the thief right now. Blah, 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 we know. Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. This is the only one that has 3 testimony things. Really? This is the only one that has 3 testimony. Interesting. Once escaped, I doubt a thief would linger nearby any longer. Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after. Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief. Oh, it's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything after all. And Ace Attorney Investigation 2, the other games don't. Okay. This game got some special treatment, I ain't gonna lie.
Hold it!
Okay, hold it! But according to Mr. Faith's note... Hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? If you have proof that he left at a different time, just say before he was murdered. I don't have any, no. You see, so I insist again that I was in my office the entire time. Okay. And when Jim came to deliver the evidence to me, okay. Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith? Ah, that's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know, those sofas in the hallway, he likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. And what of the evidence he brought? They were the things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items, a gun and a pendant. Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks. Okay, wait, what did he say? There were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items, a gun, so that's where we got the gun from. Or maybe one of the guns, and then a pendant. Okay. Brought 2 items to me, a gun and a pendant that related to yesterday's case. Press, so that was added to his testimony, or his rebuttal. A gun and a pendant. Yes, this gun, which was a murder weapon. And this pendant, which belonged to the victim. And why were you taking them to criminal affairs? There was something in a past case file that I wanted to compare these two to. But all this has nothing to do with this case right now. Anyway, I believe you'll find the long paper trail left to be to your satisfaction. This is all matching up with what Detective Gumshoe found out. So I can't be expected to know what happened around... Wait, I know he's lying. Okay. I need to go back and press that last statement because I skipped it by accident. Okay. Press it.
Hold it!
Okay. I can't expect you to know, can I? Nope. But I guess you can't expect me to take a guess based on logical deductions. Or you can expect me to take a guess on logical deductions. Oh, then let's see you deduce. Jim waited for me to leave, then stole the master key. For the purpose of sneaking into your room, of course. And that's when Miss Bird caught him red-handed, and the murder occurred. It's all exactly as I'd laid out earlier. I know he's lying. Okay. Okay, so he's claiming, sorry, I hate to repeat myself, I said I was training in my room, and when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at criminal affairs. Wait, so, as I said, I was training in my room. Okay. When Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at criminal affairs. He brought me 2 items, a gun and a pendant that related to yesterday's case, so I can't be expected to know what happened around after I left. What did it say? History? And that's when Miss Bird caught him red-handed and the murder occurred. Okay, so Jim waited for me to leave, then stole the master key for the purpose of sneaking into your room, of course. And that's when Miss Bird caught him red-handed and the murder occurred. It's all exactly as I laid out earlier. Do you need a hint? Nah, not right now. Not right this second. We just got on this this part. This is where I caught him red-handed. We're good for right now. Appreciate you though, Zach. Appreciate you though, Zach. Stole the master key. Sneaking into your room, of course. And that's when Miss Bird caught him red-handed. The murder occurred. It's exactly as you laid out earlier, huh? Let's take a look at some of this evidence. Okay, so he's claiming that Jim... So Jim died at 2:05, but when was the key stolen? I guess it won't tell us. We can't see it. It was stolen from the security office. Okay. And so he's saying that he saw him go... Was he saying that he saw him go... Of sneak? So he's saying Jim wanting to go into my room. He was a detective. Okay. Okay, because he was dead in my office, so that's true. Issue to the victim believed the murder weapon only 1 shot fired. Saying that this belonged to the victim. The pendant. Wait, how come we didn't collect it? I guess it's not needed as evidence. Let's take a look at this. Okay. I brought 3 pieces of evidence to let you talk about it on the phone. Looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later, buddy. Okay. He's saying that this was basically we're going on the line of thinking that this could have been left at any point. So I don't think this could be it. Person left the doors unlocked. So we opened every office door. It was stolen from the security office. Think for a second. Think. So the circumstances of the murder, right? So what we think is that Portsman went into my office to steal something. But what he's actually saying is that he wasn't around, but it was Jim who was going in to go find something, and he was killed by the other person. But what we're trying to potentially find a loophole in is why would Jim be in my office looking for something? It just doesn't make sense. Why would he be in my office? And yeah, and also, he was killed by his own gun? Only one shot fired. So basically they're saying, why would he sneak in the office and to kill himself? To kill himself? That wouldn't make sense. Mr. Portsman, there's a large flaw in your logic. Really? I think I was rather well. What's wrong with it? Okay, that wasn't it. Concentrate. That was careless of me. I can't afford to. Yeah. Okay. Convenient. No. So what he said was, listen, come on, focus, brother. Focus. I gotta focus. I gotta lock in. Okay. Caught him red-handed. Okay, wait. So the part that I got wrong, and that's when Miss Bird caught him red-handed, and the murder occurred. So exactly as I laid out earlier. So he's saying that when Jim tried to sneak in, and it was Bird who was the one that killed him. What was Bird doing in there then? The key could only, they're saying that the key was missing. Maggie lost the keys, and that it was stolen by Jim. In which case, oh wait, and then this part here, I have to remember this too. I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. Okay, that's what we need to prove. That was my mistake. That was my mistake. We need to prove that he was at the scene of the crime. But how do we do that? Case pertaining to a case to yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so good at being able to go back to the history because I read everything. The way after, so you talk about his thief, not like you know him. Hold it, press note. Hold on, thought we had to clear that up. Okay. And when Jim came to deliver the evidence, why didn't you go there with Jim? Okay. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs. Hold it, press. Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith? It's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. Okay. Interesting. He decided to go take a nap. You know, those sofas in the hallway, he likes to sleep on those. It's one of those habits. Love the evidence he brought. There were things related to yesterday's case. There were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items. A gun and a pendant. What did we press that afterwards? Yeah. He brought 2 items. A gun and pendant. Yes, this is the murder. And his pendant was belonged to the victim. And why were you taking them to Criminal Affairs? There was something in a past case file I wanted to compare to these two too. But all of this has nothing to do with the case now. Anyway, I believe you'll find the long paper trail left to be your satisfaction. So the gun, which was the murder weapon, which was issued to him. Hold on a minute.
Objection!
Ah. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna get it. You must stay focused, my brother. Are you trying to get the investigator accolades? No, what is that? Wow, you're getting close? Okay. So I'm getting closer. Look at evidence. Present. Issued to the victim believed to be the murder weapon. Only 1 shot fired. Victim's revolver. Because it was taken from him, and then there's this pendant on it, right? That's what I noticed, but I don't know if that actually has anything to do with this. Also, why is it not letting me zoom in? There we go. Oh my gosh. But I see the pendant on it. Every piece should come to you. Look at every piece. Oh my gosh. Stop! Okay. Let's go back. So let's see. Bullet went clean through the victim's abdomen. The body was found at 2:05 a.m. Yo, W hints, appreciate it. Okay. So he was shot. So claiming that he went in there. So he went in there to do what? To steal something, supposedly, and then was shot and killed by Maggie, but using his own gun. So now let's go back, and with that in mind, issued to the victim and believed to be the murder weapon. Only 1 shot fired. Only 1 shot fired from the gun, which killed Bro. Okay? Only one off. The note prints were wiped. Okay. Think about this. 08 stolen 0 series file. Page pertaining to a case tried 10 years ago by my predecessor are missing. Master key. Where's the she unlocked the door where prints were not found on the doorknob? Wait, oh my gosh. Hold on. So there was the note, right? So there was the note under the door. The numbers were switched around. At some point. When was it again? Will it tell us the time? No. It's okay though. The numbers were switched out. And everything was moved. Because they had Maggie. Because the door that she unlocked. Wait! Because Maggie unlocked the door for Portsmouth to my office without Maggie realizing it. Because he was basically trying to get her to believe that. Right? Because that was what happened. So the numbers were switched around. So Jim wouldn't have known to go to my office. He would have been going into his office. Oh, hold on. But where do we press this at? Where do we press this at? I think I got it. He brought me 2 items yesterday. Gonna rest of this case. I can't be expecting to know what happened around here after I left. I hate to repeat myself as I was training my room. Thief ran into the real suspect. Wait a minute. He brought me 2 items, a gun and a pendant that were related to yesterday's case. So I can't be expecting to know what happened around this time. And then what was this that he said to this? Think that Z's life from church. Oh wait, we already saw that. Can't be expecting to happen around here. Purpose sneaking in your room. Okay, it's that statement right there. It has to be. Present the door.
Objection!
Come on. Ah, I didn't get it. You gotta be kidding me. Can't be expected to know what happened around this here after I left. Brought me 2 items. Still need a hint. Yeah, another hint. Lay it on me. Lay it on me, because I think I might be going in the right. Because the doors were switched, but they had to be switched back at some point. But when that happened, because Maggie was there. Maggie was there to let him in to my office. But that was supposedly earlier in the day. You didn't look at every piece. Wait, did I miss? What did I miss? Okay, the basketball hoop, the key, the door, the note. I brought 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. Take a numbers 2 and 3 and look at the paper. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, that makes sense. So there were actually 3 pieces of evidence.
Hold it!
Why did I do that? Skip. Okay, I need to present that note. Okay, thank you for the hints. W chat. All right, present.
Objection!
Okay, so that was it. Did I click on the wrong thing, on the wrong statement? Oopsie. Wait. Did I click the right thing? Hello?
Objection!
Okay, I must have misclicked. Only 2 pieces. I believe the proper phrase here is you fail. Excuse me. You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me! What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you. Well, here's a piece I think you should read. Carefully. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed this. I genuinely can't believe I missed this. It says that Mr. Faith was bringing these 3 pieces of evidence. Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman. Hey, I can't believe to get tripped up by simple arithmetic. Where's that last piece of evidence? Yeah, exactly. Where is the missing piece of evidence? It's... You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe! You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. Pat him down. Dang! Bro! What? Don't come any closer. I'm warning you. This is all part of the investigation, pal, so don't even think about stopping me. No! Wait, do we get to see him crash out? Hey, what's this? He had this on him, sir. A VHS.
Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. I know he's a killer, but I do feel bad for his spine.
Yeah, bro, just declined. What is that? Inclined? Inclined or declined? Like a whole like 90 degrees. Bro's what do you call it? The disc in your spine? That thing is warped. Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. But why would he do something? Why would he hide something like that?
There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail for the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin.
Ooh. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. We done got another DL6 on our hands. Probably not. This is probably just a case that's like related to this one. That's why he was trying to look for it, or look for this, but okay. That's blood, isn't it?
Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh.
You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood? No, you got it all wrong. No, not yet. No. They'll let me know about the story. No, you got it all wrong.
No amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test.
What did he say? We have but to run a blood test to find the truth.
No! You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video.
Yeah, it's totally suspicious!
Was it at the moment of his death?
Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him?
You know very well there's no way to prove that. Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints.
Yeah!
If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith.
Murderous fingerprints of you, Mr. Faith. What in the world? Yo, pause on that.
March 14th, 5:47 a.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202.
Mr. Portsman has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith. Big ol' swallow. Bro needs to be renamed to Doug Swallow. Okay, he's been placed under arrest. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And as a bonus, they're able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well. Some strong IT, unless one of those chocolate coins. I had that same thought. I was like, I don't know why, but it brought me back to a kid getting those chocolate coins. Those things were not great, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I was never a big milk chocolate kid. Definitely dark chocolate fellow. And I was supposed to be able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well. Thank you so very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir.
It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies.
Nah, it was nothing really, compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder at this time, sir. If it had been a holdup or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person. Hey, Maggie Bird truly lives for those little moments, and I respect it.
Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail.
You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor.
And why would you say that he was corrupt?
Well, I heard that there was a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he used is forged, sir.
Forged evidence, huh?
And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons. Ooh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession.
We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office.
Yeah, whatever we got into that topic, he just clammed up.
Although we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something.
This is between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes.
What? Oh, well. With Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly lends credence to that rumor.
It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Duh? The Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy? I didn't say that, but rather that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance to this piece of evidence. The significance to, this? Yeah. To this.
Take that!
The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night. Well, there's go with the second case, it's really hard to. I mean, I think the next day is the second best in the game. The person who stole this file and the other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder what it was. And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint? Okay, so now, okay, I think I get it.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir!
Yes?
I came across this while I was prosecuting your office, sir, or processing your office earlier, sir.
This card? Wait a minute. This reminds me of the shell, of the killer's shell calling card. What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there? It's not just any bird. It is the mark of the raven. A three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective.
Ah, it's about that thing, isn't it? The great thieves everyone's talking about?
Yes, it is the mark of the great thief. Yatagasuru. Yatagasuru! Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagasuru is a noble to the legend. A modern Robin Hood. The Yatagasuru is noble to the end. A modern Robin Hood. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Although we don't, hold on, let me read that newspaper real quick. Yatagarasu hunts embassy. The noble Yatagarasu, vigilante of the business world, reappears. Matter of fact, until everything fell into place like a puzzle. Okay. Mercurial news. Okay, so reappears. So he was gone and came back. He's a vigilante. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. Corporate dealings exposed. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Ooh, instead the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media.
Bro's a phantom thief. Bro's a phantom thief, except for the calling card part. But bro steals a treasure. You'll never see it coming.
All my Persona 5 fans, please stand up. Along with a single card, although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance.
Hey, Miss Edgeworth, look, something's written on the back.
What? Let me see.
It's the location of where the thief put the stolen files. Why is it written in alien? What is that? Hieroglyphs?
So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu. Organization. Quite a few key words are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief, Yatagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming, for they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. What? What? What was heralded 2 days ago?
Huh?
Huh? Save the progress for completing episode 1 of... Okay, that's just a trophy. Alright, case closed, ladies and gents!
A couple things that come to mind. This was clearly a whole setup for what's to come. Obviously, it's just like the previous games where we had story arcs come up. I'm interested to know what this means overall, for if this will be like a arc that'll span just the first game, or if this will be something that transitions into the next game and becomes a whole overarching plot line, similarly to like the Faye family bloodline and Phoenix Iris Dahlia thing. But that remains to be seen. Again, that'll do it for this episode today. I hope you did enjoy that. If you did, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button if you are new. Also, hit that alert bell notification underneath the video, slightly right near that subscribe button, so you always get a video notification going out every time it gets posted. Or, you know, when I go live, you'll get a notification through there as well. If you don't want to do that, there is in the description below a link to my Discord, so you'll also be notified through the Discord. You get a ping for new videos,
new, you know what I mean, uploads of videos, live streams, things like that. Get all that good stuff if you so desire, but if not, totally fine. You could also talk in the Discord as well, have some discussion, anything like that around Ace Attorney, anything that you're interested in particular. But if you want to do all that, if you want to join the link or anything like that, totally fine. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what your favorite part this episode was, or any previous episodes. If you want to talk about, you know, something about the characters or anything like that, without spoilers, of course. I appreciate y'all. As per usual, we're going to be, you know, hitting these games back to back, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Peace, y'all.